welcome everyone to another episode of It's Related.
I promise. Well done.
That was good.
Yeah,
in terms of the guests, that was the best.
Yeah.
Well done. You can stay.
Guys,
If you guys want him,
full-time job.
if you want him to come back again, just based on that, let us know in the comments.
You're hired.
Guys, I always love it when we're full house and we're many people. So I'm really excited to have K1 here. We're going to get to know more about him in this episode because we are doing one of our other very popular segments called Surviving the Gig Economy. Before we get into it, let's just start by a quick round of intros. I'm going to start with myself. My name is Sharon, aka Shazo, and I'm 1/3 of It's Related, I promise. To my immediate right, I'll do Daniel.
This way.
My immediate right.
You know Yoshi.
Oh, no, sorry, you're immediate.
I'm the one who's immediate.
And I'm looking at Jude.
Yeah.
Far.
And then she's saying Mother Godanio. You know she saves me on her phone as Mother Godanio.
Because
Noni Mother Godanio. Why?
Because in that season of Mother Godanyo, that you were Mother
I
Godanyo,
used to do my dogs.
that was Mother Godanyo. I was just like, the name fits.
It's related, I promise.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go next. My name is Noni Mushiri, and I am 1/3 of It's Related, I promise.
And I am the lady at the far right. My name is Jules, aka JG. On this podcast only. Do you know, there's one time I think I took a screenshot of our chats and I put it on
Somewhere.
on stories. Remember, I was like, look at my friends. And then they said, JG, yes, iRIP. So JG is here.
That's trademark.
Yeah.
Right.
Noni nicknamed me JG. I might have to change my handle from Jules.
It's stuck
Don't
now.
worry about it.
Yeah, I'm also 1/3 of It's Related, I promise, and also the creator and producer of So This Is Love podcast. Shameless plug. Please go listen to that after this episode. Thanks.
And finally, last but not least,
Our guest of
our guest of honor.
Yes. My name is K1. Well, officially Kevin K1 Minor, but everyone calls me K1. And I am the newest quarter of,
Oh,
all
right.
quarter, the newest, new, acquisition.
That's it.
I told you, you're hired.
yeah.
This guy sings once and then you give him the...
Well, pre-production.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
Yeah.
so like you got it.
Yeah. So as the new quarter, I just love what we do here so much. This
The
is
cameras.
so important. Anyway, I'm K1, and I am an entertainer, performer, artist, actor, singer, DJ, improv comedian, and commercial director.
Wow.
Oh,
Ameva mashishio the artists. Most celebrities come and do interviews.
Real.
Wanava mashishio.
yeah.
Wanava unasaka
Can you see right now?
mashishio. Geshisho. What is that?
Mashishio.
Right, guys.
Mashishio. We maheni. Geshisho. We maheni. You guys know that song?
No,
You don't know that song? Manini.
Comment down below if you know that song.
Geshisho. Like.
It's related, I promise.
Relating.
Promise. I promise.
Aki when our kids remember me to sing that song for. Geshisho. We maheni. We show. We. How do you say you lie in Kikuyu? We.
Henya.
We hena ya so.
Hey.
Geshisho. We maheni.
Those are for
Guys.
I'm just feeling like
Do you know that song?
I missed
Minor.
and I should be a DJ.
Hey, geshisho we maheni, we hena ya so. Na. It's related, I promise.
It's related. It's the step cousin third removed, but it's related.
yes, we have to segue.
He said that.
Yeah, what to say? Go.
Segue to actually introducing this segment. In case you're new to iRIP, we usually have a segment called Surviving the Gig Economy. This segment came up because a few years ago, Julie and I were working in corporate, and then we got into full-time gig economy, being creatives, and we realized that it's a very difficult career path to navigate for a myriad of reasons. And we realized a lot of our audience were asking us, like, how are you guys doing it, being a content creator, So we started sharing our tips and tricks and how we are doing it. Then we decided to start inviting other people, other creatives in the space that have found success in their various niches. So that is why K1 is here. If you're new to K1, he is, at least in my opinion, one of the most entertaining people in the entertainment space. I have been to numerous of his improv comedy shows called BYSS, because you said so. You are actually one of my favorites, by the way. Take your flowers. because I just feel
They
like
will never leave this.
I know. No, but Kiwan, you never never made genuinely. If like each of you had your own fan base,
Yeah.
I would be in yours.
I love that.
Because you never miss, and I think improv comedy is really
It's hard.
difficult
Yeah.
because you have to just go with whatever happens,
Yo.
which I think gives an insight into your mind. I think creatives are it's a different kind of intellect. It's not the mainstream one for like people who are book smart, but it is a different type of intellect. So take your flowers. I really enjoy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. For real.
No, well,
Yeah. So welcome. So we'll be learning more about K1. But before we get into that, let's start with what caught your attention.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Another segment on iRIP. We're just full of segments.
I know.
Who do we start with? Mudosh. Last time you were so eager.
Okay.
Let's start with the guest, actually.
wait.
Improv.
Yeah.
Hey, okay. Can someone go
Okay,
first?
fair enough.
As I
Fair enough.
gather my thoughts.
Okay.
Gather your attention.
Okay. What caught my attention?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
what caught your attention, love?
Love?
Yeah, now there's a right notes. So I'm shika unprepared. I'm always like, "Hey!"
No. If you can see some of our faces, we're there.
Like, what could we do?
Yeah.
Big, just my door.
Yeah, that's it.
Deer in the headlights.
Yeah. So I recently went for my 20-year high school reunion.
Oh.
Yes. Well,
What
okay,
high
like I think it's like 19 years first of all, not 20, but 20. We just rounded it off.
Yeah.
School was Riara Springs Academy. Everybody asks, is it a boarding school? Yes.
Uh-huh.
Is it a girls' school? Yes. It's girls boarding. It's not a day school. It's not mixed. I was in my girls first, and then I transferred.
Yeah.
But I don't know anyone from my girls. I don't remember you.
Sorry. Sorry, Chad.
People buy a guy. But then people was
like
like,
that.
do you remember I was there? Like, I'm like, I don't remember because I was only there for one term.
Just has just lost like 100 followers.
Remind her. You can remind her, but
Open to be reminded.
But then sometimes people come to you and like, you don't remember we
Yeah.
used to I was in the class with and I'm like,
no.
no. I just remember my desky
Yeah.
and my like I was there for one term. It was trauma.
One tub.
I was only one.
I see.
I see what's right there. One time.
And
I was there for one time. But then I didn't when I was going to transfer me. My mom, I just woke up. My mom had said, "Hey," actually, my mom woke me up. She's like, "You're going to Riara. Change quickly. We're going to buy uniform."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I'd already packed the sanduku. I already had my sanduku locked. Like I'd packed. It was Monday morning, and he was going to school on Tuesday. So
Yeah.
Yo, boot camp.
So anyway, we did I just transferred like that. So even my friends were like, "How could you leave? You didn't tell us." Like I'm writing because Kitambo.
Trail in the
Letters.
We used to write letters. So I got as you
Betrayal in the
trail in the
city.
city.
Yeah, but that's such book.
That's what they were feeling. Eh?
Yeah.
no, I don't know it.
Oh my gosh.
I was just laughing aloud.
Ooze.
What?
What caught your attention?
Yeah, oh my god, guys,
so-
we've deviated.
It's a book.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. To be
It
continued.
was not in our syllabus though.
No, it's
It
just,
was, it's for four.
Depending on which.
Oh, you for Gen Zs.
Hey. Hey.
You guys started doing Merchant of Venice. I don't know, like British.
Betrayal in the
Still
City.
not Gen Z.
It's
But
for four.
it was. I think it was even before.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a part of
time.
school books. I
But
just knew
but
it's
it
just a
was
book.
just.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, Noni's here.
Yeah, I thought it was just a.
Noni is here. No, and this is not. She didn't even know a book 844. First of all, this
I
is not
did.
an 844, babe.
I did.
Where baby class. So
I was,
So
in,
later
I was,
I
in, I was, I was in
promise.
Canada for a term, and I was in Consolata.
one
Thank
time.
you.
Ah.
One time.
But one time.
One time.
Yeah.
So anyway, as I was saying,
Reunion.
reunion, and I hadn't seen a lot of these girls for a long time. And I was sitting there and we're talking about high school and we're laughing and it's so like, I'm just like, wow. But it also showed me how much I've changed and how much I've grown, because when I entered that environment, it's like I almost remembered who Julia was, because actually we had another reunion a few years ago, but kitambo. So this was the first one where it was like a big milestone and there were more people than the last time we'd had a whole setup. So I just remember feeling like, oh my gosh, like this, it took me back to the space I was when I was younger, the insecure. It's like I almost was becoming that person as we are talking. Like I'm talking to the girl who, for example, maybe this one day she like said some shit to me, but now we are grown up, she's married, she has kids, and we're talking and I am
Shrink.
going back to that
Right.
Yeah.
headspace, if that makes sense. And I remember just leaving that and then entering my car and driving home, and then it's like I'm going back to the old me. It was a very interesting experience. But of note was that wow, we actually do evolve. We actually do grow. And not only the headspace of an 18-year-old, but the headspace of this, in regards to this topic, the way I used to look at the world in terms of I need to get a job. I don't know. There was so much encompassed in that feeling. Like, my 9 to 5, I need to get married, I need to get kids. It's like, that's the version of Julia I was remembering. And then now I'm this other person.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I remembered who I was. It was such an interesting feeling in the body.
Yeah.
And it just showed me like, damn, Jules, you have to give, pat yourself
kudos.
on the
for
back, because
getting here.
you have actually grown, you've actually evolved, and you've changed your fears around the world, your fear around work, your fear around feeling trapped, your fear, like talking to the same girls who, for example, one of my friends, I used to talk to her about changing careers.
Yeah.
Because we were friends after high school. And I remember she even said, at that time, she said something like, so you're going to be like these people. So we were sitting somewhere, and then like,
Who are these people?
like you know how creatives used to have like big
Yeah.
braids with colors.
It was not cool.
It was not cool. So, and we were both in the same industry, me and her,
Yeah.
right? And we were making money. So she's like, so Jules, now you're going to become one of these people. And I was like, okay.
Imagine.
And now being in the presence
one of
of
those
and by the way, she
people.
did not mean it in a bad way.
Yeah.
She was actually just like, are you sure
She
you
was
want to fucking
concerned.
do it? Yeah, she was very concerned. And I was also concerned. I didn't have role models. Shit, I said I'm going to not talk for long. But you guys get my point.
Okay, let's go over here. Like,
End of the story. I was like, this time just get to the point.
Yeah.
I tried, guys.
No, but it makes
it's
sense.
related.
Yeah.
It's quite frankly very related to this surviving economy.
Yeah.
But that's dope, babe. That it took you, like, you've seen how far you've come.
Yeah. Yeah.
And kudos.
And kudos
Kudos,
to you.
kudos and
Kudos to you.
I'm gonna go next because mine is
Yes.
so hard left. Like it's just not.
Thanks, because even I'm just like, hey, what am I going to say? I have to like, look as what
Tough
you
and
say.
to follow.
Just feel like super.
Yeah, listen, I'm about to just.
Even mine is
Sorry.
like,
Mine is that guy on TikTok.
you are sponsored by TikTok.
He caught my attention.
First of all, maybe millennials consume TikTok way more than.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it because I could be doing other crazy things. I'm just scrolling TikTok.
Fair.
Yeah.
So
It could be worse.
exactly.
I heard the guy
So
on
there's this
TikTok.
guy on TikTok and he wears a suit and he dances to all this music. You know,
Yes,
you know, he does
He-
the Thames, I need your love, and he's doing like things. He's like
Reenacting.
dances to the lyrics
Yeah.
of the song.
Reenacts the lyrics.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
action.
Translation from
Yeah.
action. Yeah.
Let me in and out. He's going in the door, out the door. I just find it so funny. But actually, what caught my
He
attention?
literally does it
No, like literally, he's like, I'm on the floor, on the floor. It's so
And then
funny
this
to me.
dance move.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And the recent one was that's hey no, I think I wanna marry you. You know that song?
Yes.
Yeah. So he did that. He's like, driving with my heart in my sleeve, and he has like on a paper heart. It's just very literal. I saw a video of someone else, Mzungu, let me just say, like trying to reenact it, like trying to do not to reenact him, but to reenact his idea, his
concept.
And it just wasn't as funny. And I was like, sometimes I'm like, leave the things, leave them, just
Yeah,
enjoy and
you
laugh.
have to be in shags.
Yeah.
Wearing a suit of a teacher.
Yes.
Your chemistry, your mathematics teacher.
You're like on the floor outside,
Outside, and
know.
there's a hat behind.
Exactly.
You can't-
Nuance.
and then
So
and
many
then
levels. To,
exactly,
Yeah.
to what makes it funny.
Yeah. And then you see this guy when he's dressed normally.
Yes.
Did you see him? Like,
No.
I think
Where?
he was on CNN or CNN online. Like,
Oh yes. Oh, that was yeah. The
was
interview
it
he did.
CNN? Yeah, and they were like, this guy is reenacting stuff.
Yeah.
He did a whole thing on him, and then there was a picture of him in normal millennial/Gen Z clothes. I was like,
Really?
oh my god, he's not actually like.
Yes.
Doesn't look like
That's
that.
not his.
He's actually like, he wears sneakers.
Like he goes to find that suit from him.
yeah.
Yeah, but his props are hilarious.
It's so funny. It's so funny. But I was just like, we don't have to always like recreate. Sometimes laugh. Like sometimes laugh and enjoy the product and go on.
Yeah.
The guy, he was like in his like little nice apartment with his nice rug. He's like, it was just looking to whatever. And he was doing the stuff.
Yeah.
It just wasn't as funny. I was like, that's what caught my attention. The guy mainly, I forget his name. I should probably find it, but we'll put it.
Biko? No.
Biko.
Someone, yeah, Biko.
Yeah,
Biko,
something
yeah.
Biko,
Yeah.
No, shout out to you. Where's my camera? Shout out to you.
Big up.
Maybe you should go for gig economy.
Me, if you can come here, I'll be very quiet. Like, oh my god.
Fun girling. What about you, K1? What's got your attention?
What's caught my attention? And this is so unserious, so please don't judge me.
No, it's
I have depth.
Safe.
This is just
The depth
level.
of- don't worry.
Starting us off
shallow end.
low
We go.
shallow end,
Yes.
then we
Correct.
keep going deeper. What caught my attention is this is just a random observation I made one time because I tend to notice a lot of random stuff, and I think even in comedy,
Yeah.
you just have this way of seeing things, and you see a lot of detail. And I noticed that one way to look super knowledgeable, super intelligent in any conversation is if you do your hands like this, right? And then sometimes you have to lean forward before this thing, and then you go side to side with your hands like this about any subject, any topic. You look super knowledgeable. So it's like if I say,
yeah.
Did you know that between the year 1976 and 1994, okay, there was an increase. And then insert mini theme. So there was an increase in how many number one hits the Billboard recorded from outside of the US.
Wow.
So and the same goes for in Hollywood. Okay, if you look at so
not
between
fact.
between the 51st Academy Awards and the 54th. Within that period.
Right.
So you have to keep doing this.
Yeah, to show.
And you just sound like, oh, you've done your research.
Like you actually
you know the detail.
And sometimes you have to lean forward for it.
Yeah.
So did you know, guys, that if you take 3 eggs instead of 2?
I was gonna say, can you say that with like
with
just
nonsense?
stuff? Yeah.
Yeah. I believe so.
Yeah.
I think unless someone really,
Has caught you.
has caught you like, wait, how do you know this?
It's like, say that again without moving your arms.
Yeah, say that.
Yeah, with your hands in the back.
Down and say that again.
Like, oh,
Hands down.
Yeah.
Guys will be like, Google.
Yeah.
So you can, and of course the rest of your body language has to fall in line. It's not just the hands. There's a serious look to it. Okay.
And there's a slow nod.
Pause. You pause for effect, eh? Guys, I hear what you're saying.
Oh.
So what I just want to say something to that, yeah? So if you look at what was said about
He's saying nothing. You're saying nothing.
politics, right? In Kenya.
But it's really giving.
Yeah. So when you lend yourself to the entire, there's a seriousness. Take a pause before you do the thing. Guys, you bring guys into your world.
interesting.
And then once your hands come up and do this, guys are like, oh, this one knows.
Oh,
They know.
Intellectual.
come on.
Intellectual. So
So you said it was an observation
observation.
from Hoya.
Where are you observing?
I just noticed every time you watch a TED talk,
Yeah.
there's a moment.
There's someone.
There's an moment.
There's a moment.
Okay.
There's some other podcasts where people are discussing some really, So when you look at data consumption before
Is this
the
something you've
TikTok
actually
era,
implemented in your life? I feel like you're too good at this to not. Like, so if I buy milk or bread, like, do
Yeah.
I get, or is it impossible to?
And I think that's why there's a certain president in a certain country in the world, and he keeps moving his hands around all the time. And I think that may have been where that whole
Right.
thing came from.
The
But
secret
now
is
this is
success.
a complete farce.
Hey,
Yeah, because he doesn't really
Interesting.
know what he's
Much.
Yeah.
okay.
Anyway, so
But
I
that's
don't know.
caught your attention.
So
okay.
that caught my attention. I was like,
Interesting.
yeah, there's a thing about hand movement.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
And what does it do for the the overall communication?
Yeah.
And I think I want to do this way more often.
Do it, by the way. Today is your chance.
Because
You
yeah,
can
today.
do it. It's
No,
just like
now-
now we'll know.
But
That will
also,
know, yeah.
Now we'll
yeah.
know.
Lies.
You know what? I'll sneak in some fact and then a lie or two and
We're hyper aware.
Got it.
Hyper.
Got it. We'll be on
Yeah.
alert.
yeah.
Mine is so, gosh. So we were going to the bathroom earlier, the three of us,
To change.
to change into because
Kindly, please.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just.
We were going to the bathroom.
I mean,
the three of us.
But then it sounded like the whole plan. So we were going for this festival.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, change.
The three of us.
Yeah.
Speaking of this
Invite only.
show is being recorded at Kofisi. We're here in Kofisi.
Right.
An amazing co-working space. Thank you, Kofisi, for having us.
Yeah, big up Kafisi.
We're going to the bathroom to change because we usually change into a different outfit for the second recording. And we walk into the bathroom and there was a really strong smell. Like someone had just
Oh my.
done a number 2 and it was very pungent.
No, that person needs to get their bowels checked. Like, you're being polite.
Yeah, I know it was
Hey,
really tough. Like we almost immediately did an about turn and literally left to go to a different bathroom. And that's okay. That's what happens in toilets, right? for me, I think what caught my attention is we ended up having a conversation afterwards, like, that was too, like, smelly. And I said, which I then realized maybe we don't all know or discuss, like, what is common etiquette or best practices when you're using public toilets and you're taking a number 2. I feel like what you're supposed to do, if you're taking a number 2, you poop the first time, or as soon as you poop, like, you need to flush the toilet immediately and then continue. Like, don't let the poop, like, sit in the...
So you drop, flush, you stand up.
Yeah.
Then continue.
Flush.
Then continue pooping.
But
Yeah.
Actually genuinely do that?
I genuinely do that because
But
I
then
don't...
the toilet won't keep flushing.
Yeah,
At some
because-
point, the
because
toilet
you
has
have
to
to wait for it to
refill.
refill.
Now she's
And then
sitting,
also-
waiting for the next
No, so you're waiting for the
drop.
next batch.
And also the water supply, the next batch of water.
Next batch of poo.
Oh, next batch of oh. Also for you, there's like it's like pause. There's like
Because...
there's a first installment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like in
No, just
flush.
for me, there are installments. So, like, if there's...
So you poo and then you flush. Then you
yeah,
wait.
because I don't think it's like nice to sit and just like let the whole place smell up. Like, just flush.
I didn't smell it as much because you guys were.
I was like, "But grow up."
didn't
I was
make it
like,
inside the bathroom.
I smelled it though. But why I was laughing is because I couldn't.
No, bro. That
I was
no,
hearing.
please.
I'm sorry. Noni was at the front.
I was in the toilet.
You were the front line of defense frontier.
I was please. I was a frontline worker.
Noni was at the front.
Bro.
But then this segment can't be shorter. I can't listen. Noni was at the front. I'm just hearing this. What the fuck? What? And then Sharon was behind. Like what?
I was assaulted.
Then I just saw Noni. I saw Sharon's face. Like So me, I'm smelling it. I got
assaulted.
whiffs of it.
You were at the door outside it. The door.
I was
the door
outside, but
open.
I could
Yeah.
smell it. I could
Yeah.
smell it was very strong.
Yeah.
But the thing is, tuko kwa choo.
No, exactly.
Poop.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do start,
no,
stop,
exactly.
stop. Or what you can do
I think
is
it's-
there's this thing. Do you know this thing? Poop.
Potpourri.
Potpourri.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a spritz that you buy.
Yeah.
Well, I got it from Amazon. So you poop. You spray it in the toilet bowl before you poop.
Before.
Yeah.
So you
It
spray
makes the smell.
It covers.
Yeah, so
Then
it covers the. It's like a
layer.
of some like a film of oil, something.
oils,
Then-
essential oils.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So then the smell of poop doesn't escape.
It doesn't go and go.
There.
Yeah. So
And I agree with you. I'm not saying the person shouldn't have pooped. For me, it was like I had no business being there. Personally, I had absolutely none.
And I get
being in
the
that.
point of, sometimes maybe some toilets you can't like double flush. Maybe that's
Yeah.
not it. But if you're in a toilet where you can, like Kofisi has amazing facilities. The toilets are very like this is a nice place, guys. Kofisi, thank you for
No,
having
it
us
is.
again.
It is very nice.
You can flash over and over. I just think it's a shared space with other people. Like, just be courteous of
no.
But
me. I think
then-
just flash.
But
Don't
because
say-
no, be courteous. But now I don't poop. People will be so anxious when they're going to the toilet.
Yeah.
Because what if Sharon is there?
This helps with the anxiety. Like, there's a solution. The solution is just
You flash quickly.
as
soon as
the
it drops.
the first just flash. Like,
Me, I don't understand when I've not tried.
But I
Yeah.
also that's yes. That's
Yeah.
Standing, turning around.
the other thing I'm thinking about is
yeah.
It's messy.
Or sit and flush and it's
the water.
spraying up.
Like the actual. If everyone did that,
Yeah.
how much
What are we
would be
using?
used
Yeah.
Yeah.
over
So this
months,
now we care about the
months.
environment when we're
Yes.
yes, pick a struggle.
Yes, we've always talked about the environment.
Oh, but you'll catch a flight from
Yes, I will.
You know, sometimes
but then you work
sometimes you also don't know
this segment. We need to
what you've eaten is some days like it's not
Yeah.
that bad, and then you forgot you ate cheese and other things.
Yeah.
and
So then if you want to do I don't know. My thing is like
We are literally talking about
imagine that, like,
yeah, and poop freely. No, everyone poop
Done.
freely. Just go to the bathroom fast somewhere.
just
like
yeah, or not
You.
just
Yeah.
flash. Anyway,
But you know what?
Anyway.
Do the flash. Do you?
and guys, they're making it seem like it's me, but like, did they all not leave? Like you'd have changed that.
I'm just
I've never seen an only cause like that. Oh my God! What the fuck is that now? I was like, what is
and
this,
I
guys?
just
Sharon, I wish you saw your face. You're just like,
I had just eaten a really
Yeah,
nice chicken and cranberry samosa.
and then she came out of the toilet.
I was like,
She
I was
touched.
like-
She's like, my finger touched the
I
door.
touched the door.
She can't even now touch it.
I touched the door.
Noni is a germaphobe.
that was like Chernobyl. You guys have radiation.
I mean,
100%. I was so true.
No, actually,
the
we talked
nose
about
hair.
it for a long time.
What are they called?
Sharon was like, you guys don't think that somebody should actually like poop fast and then flash. Then I asked her, so you want to stand up and
So we're
like,
standing and sitting and standing and
discussed. She's like, actually, that's what's caught my attention.
This is the hot topic.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, it's related, I promise.
related.
Now, how do we segue back to surviving?
We're just gonna go back.
I'm just gonna go back to the topic because I'm still so bothered by that poop.
It was a very. Let me just support you guys. It was strong. It was pungent.
Yeah,
It was pungent. Yeah.
It was an odor.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Asparagus
bless her.
vibe.
She's okay. Like genuinely, maybe she's not.
No, me. That person is not right.
But the way, I don't want to shame people. People
Yeah,
should not
not
feel
shame-
shame when they're in the toilet.
No.
Yeah, I was
They
offering
need
a
to poop.
solution. Like
Poo-poo.
just flash, so you don't.
Maybe they flashed, but it came.
Maybe they tried to flash and it just didn't.
And it didn't go. Actually, yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Facts, facts.
Yeah.
Done. No.
You don't know. Fair enough.
Done no.
And to
You
each
poo
their
you.
own. Correct. You poo you. Oh my god. Anyway, guys, it's related, I promise. Let's segue to
Today's topic.
today's topic. K1,
Yeah.
firstly, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. There's so much to uncover, but I think what I'm very curious about is when you were growing up and you said, when I grow up, I want to be X. What was X?
Okay.
And how far away are you from X?
Oh,
Now that you're a grown up.
important question. Okay. So growing up, I always knew immediately. I think from when I was a toddler, some of my earliest memories
Yeah.
was this climbing on the stool. We used to have a record player above the TV, and then when I was old enough I'd been taught how to operate the vinyl player, the record player, and lift it and put it down.
Then like a needle.
Yeah. My dad was an engineer and also a musician. He played the guitar, he sang. Even the story of how he and my mom met was like a movie, a music movie, like love story out of it. They connected through music,
Yeah.
choir thing,
Oh, yeah.
And so they would even like go to parties and he would play the guitar and she would sing along with him.
so
And he had a book with lyrics and chords and she would harmonize and guys are like, yes, this couple, oh my gosh, this guys are amazing. And then he's funny, he had larger than life energy.
Personality, yeah.
So
Sounds familiar.
So yeah. So when I was young enough to start playing, I remember the first album I loaded was Thriller. Because we had Thriller, we had Bobby Brown, there was so many, Motown, there was a lot.
Yeah.
And I started singing along and dancing. And then I would watch movies and I'm just like, oh, wait, I think I can do that, And I started imitating things I would see on screen, even accents. First time I watched an ad in my friend's place and they had dish, yeah? They had satellite dish. DSTV.
DSTV.
Back then, it's like our version of cable TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this ad comes on. It was an ad from the UK, something about like a detergent. And the lady voiceover.
Satellite TV. Sorry.
Satellite. Oh, yeah.
Digital satellite
Yeah.
television.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like,
Yeah.
cable satellite. Yeah. Satellite television. Yeah.
And so this voice, the voiceover on the ad said something about the detergent. It's like the new something non-bio. And then I was just like, what? And then I said it back.
You can cuss, by the way.
Yeah? Oh,
Like,
okay.
You can cuss. You can cuss.
Wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, wait. And then I said it back. And all my friends are like, excuse me? Kind of sounded exactly like,
Oh,
we just go again. I was like, non-bio. And then people start saying, you're good at this thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then the first time I got a Walkman. Anyone who remembers what those
Of
are?
course.
And my uncle
Sure,
bought me
unajua.
this Walkman.
Okay.
And
Well, very big.
Like, we're not in
I'm not, she's not about
She's Gen Z facing. Gen Z facing. Yeah.
adjacent, hapo too. So he bought me this Walkman and it had, of course, earphones, and then it also had a mic input and came with a little mic.
Yeah.
And I would get an empty tape, put it in, and just go ham.
Non-bio.
You caught yourself.
Yeah, just random things I'd seen, film, songs, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I was loving it.
Yeah.
And then, fast forward, I find myself in, let's say, upper primary school, maybe class 6, 7, 8. And then Bapo was already, I used to go to Nairobi Baptist Church.
Yeah.
And already Baptist Church had this insane gift for
Like honing talent.
honing talent,
Yeah.
especially creative talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Music.
For the Lord.
For the Lord.
The Lord.
For the Lord.
Yeah.
And I remember watching a play. I was probably in class 7, And I was like, that's
the
I
thing.
want to do that.
Cool.
And already, people were already saying, yeah, I mean, I think you'd be good at it. We've seen the things you do randomly, singing, blurting out lyrics. And I think in lyrics, anytime someone
You
says
think in
something,
lyrics?
Yeah.
anytime,
Does as
Same,
well.
same. Yeah.
I don't even think about it. It just happens, and the guys are like, "How did you do that fast?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "I don't know."
It's just there. Yeah.
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 And so, I hear that they're going to. When I'm in Form 1, there was the youth fellowship called Light, LITE, Life in the Eternal, and I was like, "You guys you're doing a play. I watched last year's play. I want in. This is me in Form 1." And then soon after, so I do my first play, start singing on stage, start organizing some of these things, writing plays, going for the camps, Easter camp, conferences. And so everything was just like, yes, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to try that.
Sorry to interrupt that, but you never had a feeling of nervousness. You don't sound anxious in any of this. There's no like, and then I thought about it. Then I was like, maybe can I do this? Can I not? You're just like, I thought I did.
Okay.
And then I thought I did. And then I thought, and then I did.
For sure, the nerves were there.
Yeah.
And especially, the first time you even try. But I think the need to do it because I felt I could do it. I believed I could. Outweighed the fear that was trying to, pull me back.
Yeah, yeah.
So you did it afraid.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't think the nerves ever really end. And it's a good thing. They always say, especially for a live performance, if you don't feel nerves before a show, there's a problem. It means you're getting too comfortable.
Bored.
No challenge. You're bored. And that's when mistakes happen. That's when you start to, you forget something, lines, lyrics, dance steps, etc., etc. So that for me was the beginning. And so I started acting every year, all the plays, started singing in worship team. And the more I did it, the more I thought to myself, there's nothing else I'd rather be doing.
Right.
So when people ask me, so what do you want to do after Form 4? First read hard, get your good grades. And I'm like, okay. Till even in Form 4, I'm being asked this question. This is my final year in high school. And I don't really have an answer. And I'm just like, And I remember my art teacher, I took art in high school. And she said, I think you'd make a good graphic designer. Because I was good with the design part of art more than the freehand and painting. And she was like, you're very detailed. You're very good at, planning this structure.
Yeah.
And so even after high school, I was just like, okay, now the landscape in Kenya at the time, when it came to the arts, whew,
Yeah, it was
What
it
was
is
the
now.
art?
what was the arts?
What was the arts?
Let me
Yeah,
tell you.
it's kind of where
Yeah, even in high school, I remember prep time, nighttime, guys are there, doing assignments, reading for an exam coming up. And sometimes I'd find myself proper daydreaming, zuba. I'd just be like, for about 5 minutes, I've been looking into space out the window. And what's happening in my head is I'm playing a song and seeing how well it would blend into this other song.
right.
So I was kind of making a mix in my head. I didn't understand what was
what it
happening.
was, yeah.
I was just like, oh, this would go so well with that. As I finished high school, I'm like, okay, this DJ thing, that sounds
Could
like what you
be-
do when you failed exams. And guys are like, you want to be a DJ?
Yeah.
Okay, so poor for the rest of your life, eh?
And actually,
Yes,
let's
it was synonymous to a life of
A life of
poverty.
poverty. Just the artist.
The struggling artist.
Yeah.
Struggling, exactly.
And
And Kenya, and in Kenya, there was nothing noble around even being a starving artist.
Yes.
In the US, you'd be a starving artist, but he's so brilliant.
He's on
even
his
in those
own.
days.
Exactly.
But here, there was literally like you're a starving artist.
Yes.
I have such a similar experience.
And there's a bit of stigma in those things. And that's kind of what I wanted to hone in on.
Yeah.
Like, now that it's so different, I think a lot of younger creatives, like, they say it with so much pride, and there's not much stigma around it.
Yeah.
Where you've reached now, you're DJing, you're doing live shows. I think honestly, BYSS, I don't know if you guys are the only ones doing improv comedy, but you're like one of the best in the industry, or the first, like, you pioneered it.
Level and
Yeah.
skill.
Knowing what you know,
I've attended another
improv.
Improv. Yeah.
Like, I'm guessing this was, of course, very unconventional as a career path. Would you do it again?
With everything I'm doing right now.
Yeah, like, if you were to go back to
If I was to go back to
Form 4,
okay.
yeah,
Yes, I would. I would do it. Of course, knowing what I know now, there's a
Yeah.
bunch of things I would do differently, but I would not I would not change anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've been employed once.
Okay, so you did like the whole corporate.
Yes, and it was corporate-ish. It was a marketing agency, so it was a lot of
There's some
wasn't
elements.
there was some
Yeah.
elements of creativity, and it was actually a very nice place and energy to work in. Very small company, but I worked there for 2 years, and I remember the second year I just started to feel like a proper like downer, like a gloomy cloud, and I'm not happy. And this is just after, and I know we'll talk about it, just after Makmende. And I'm just like, this is not where I should be. I know I'm good at so many other things, and I just need to figure out how to make that work. And I remember every Sunday evening was when the darkness would fall upon.
Sunday scaries.
You know, from like 5 p.m., I just start to feel down. And my mom caught it one day. And my mom and my bro were hanging out. And then she's just like, what's going on with you? You're not okay? I'm like, hey, yeah, this job, this, that, the other. And she said, and this is me at 26. Or the year I was turning 26. So she says, no, 27. And she says, jump. You don't have any descendants, no kids, you're not married. The risk is really on you. Just take the leap. You'll struggle, but you won't die. And in your suffering, your maker, your God will, if you trust in God, He'll illuminate your path and show you step by step. You'll show you the whole thing. Just this step you need. And I gave my notice the next morning before status meeting, before all the
the things,
fire and brimstone. And I did not have a plan. I had no savings. In fact, I mean, my salary was like this, so everything was about the needs. And my biggest fear at the time was, if I leave this job, which is consistent pay, into oblivion. We'd been homeless before. In fact, my mom and I were staying together at this point in a very small 1-bedroom flat. My bedroom was my living room. And I used to live out of my suitcase on a mattress. This is me as celebrity Makmende.
Oh, wow.
And so I was
This is after the job or like during the job?
So the job came the months after Makmende had just blown up.
Right.
And then, so I was like, Makmende, the video went up in March 2010. And so I get this job October 2010. And then fast forward 2 years. So October 2012 is when I'm just like, I'm afraid, because if I lose this job or I don't have income, we're homeless again. I'd been homeless previously just after high school.
I remember
I was
that.
taken in by a family that, for about 4 years. Things were messy. And so this is the first time my mom and I have a place to call our own, And I was the one,
You were holding it down.
I was holding it down.
Yeah,
I was paying our rent bills, everything.
Yeah, that's
So I was just like, Mom, I don't want this to happen to you again and to me. And so the fear was immense.
But at the same time, you're also not happy.
But at the same time, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
And she was able to actually
tell you to jump.
convince you. That's what.
Wow.
Because that's not what parents do actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom was such an enigma. It's just a whole different human being. Her belief system, her faith, was the kind. She wasn't like a church mom. Initially, yes, but at some point, her relationship with God transformed completely, and so she was all about take the leap, have faith, work hard.
God
Things will start to and don't listen to what people say. And we had issues with family and friends, and she's just like, listen, your life is yours, you and God. Forget everyone else. Don't listen to all the the riffraff. And if she always believed in the talent that you have, your gift will put you before kings. And she said it so many times. It's like, everything that people think they know about your life, just understand that God knows better. So don't listen to that, to the things that will discourage you. Go forth, jump. And she's like, you used to have faith once upon a time. Find it again and just jump. And I was just like, okay. So I jumped.
It's 9 a.m. I quit.
Yeah. So
dear all, bye.
Meeting. I was just like 7:30, 7:45. Hey boss, can I see you before the meeting? And I did. And then
So enjoy your day.
And then they were like, oh, it's okay, one. Wow, you have, there's some things lined up. Okay, some projects.
It's always that.
And I'm like, there's some things I'm working on, just, green up. There's some stuff. I can't talk about it yet because, I don't want to jinx it, but
that's it.
Meanwhile, nothing is happening in my brain. I have no idea where
what's next.
Going.
Yeah.
And then the next thing, I've been called to an audition for a TV show called Groove Theory. And it was a musical drama, kind of like Glee. Do you guys remember Glee?
Love Glee.
And this was similar, but a university setting. And this kind of gave me a bit of a bridging between, like, just after work, we did the pilot episode and we're like, yay. And I got the main role. And then we shot 2 seasons of that. Yeah. So I remember that 2012, right? So 2013 was one of the hardest years because this was me trying to shake off everything that I had feared about being an artist. This whole thing of, I used to say, when guys say, you play music so well, can you be so you're a DJ? I'm like, no, I'm not a DJ, because of what I remember about being a DJ is not a fancy thing or a nice thing to, and girls will look at you like, oh my God, loser. And so 2013 now forced me to really come to terms with, okay, so is this what you want? Like performer, artist, freelance, gig life. And that was the beginning for me. And I did every kind of thing for money. That year, I was an MC, event MC. There's the acting gig, Groove Theory. The DJing had started coming back. Like, people are like, you play such good music. Can you do a cocktail party for my friend? And I'm like, okay, how much? And then I did photography, I did videography, covered events, anything, video editing. I even got called back as a consultant for the company I just left.
Wow.
The agency.
The agency. And this is when I realized I'm never going back to employment. When I gave them a quote for a job that would take me 1 week and was literally the salary they would pay me over a month.
Oh, wow.
When I asked a few people, how should I quote for this? And then they accepted it. I was just like, wait,
the salary that you were paying me
all this time.
Imagine.
No one told me this.
Yeah.
Of course, it has its risks because,
it's not consistency.
It's not, But at that point, I just said, nah, this is it. I'm going back. So the DJing started to grow. And I remember the first gig I got, and they said it was the Goethe Institute. They were doing 10 cities ballet. Remember the 10 cities party thing? It would happen in like Berlin, Nairobi, and another 8 places. 10 cities.
Thank you.
Math. Quick maths.
That's it.
So, and the first time, and they said, we want you to be an opening DJ for this thing. Just as people come in, do an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, just to set the stage. I'm like, cool. And they were like, yeah, we have this amount of money for you for I was just like, wait, what? Just for the hour and a half, 2 hours? Okay. No, I said, let me check my availability.
Of course, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And then I called back in like 3 minutes. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. My calendar is free.
I'm actually free. Like, I've moved a few things around.
Well, the Jasho, I'm just like, I'm doing backflips.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what? This is the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even have my own laptop at the time.
Yeah.
I didn't have decks. I used to borrow, I had a flash disk drive. And I would go around, let me connect. Yeah. And then, okay, cool. And then I said, I'm going to save and buy my laptop for the DJing side of me, and so on and so forth. So I've been narrowing down the things I've done as a performer artist over the years.
We caught you.
Yeah. So which was it?
Actually, I didn't even. I didn't clock it until now.
Yeah, was I
narrowing down?
That was even narrowing down. Narrowing down. No,
so
not go back. Narrow in.
Yes.
On this identity crisis, and I'd actually love even if the girlies chimed in.
Yeah.
Because I think that's such a common trait that a lot of creatives have. And you've talked about it, and it took me back to even me when I was really facing that identity crisis of I've taken the leap, but has my brain caught up with who we are trying to become versus how we are maybe known or what people perceive as should be the right path. And I'm curious even for you guys, like, did you do you feel like you stayed in that place of identity crisis for a long enough time? Because now I think we've kind of locked in on we are creatives.
Yeah.
I mean, you for sure. I think Jules, we've not really discussed. I don't know if you feel like you've locked in. If you feel like you've locked in or you're in an identity
I mean,
crisis.
I think the part when I felt like I could relate, I promise,
Yeah.
is that like when you're talking about different things, for me it's more like a portfolio career. That's what it sounds like. Like, you know,
I love
I think
that, portfolio
career is just like there's many different things that you do.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you're good in certain ways, and in certain ways, you know, this is the season for this and the season for that.
Yeah.
For me, I think explaining that to people is what I find is a waste of time, because sometimes it takes away from the doing. It's like you have to then convince and show and whatever. I wouldn't necessarily I wouldn't say I'm a creative. I wouldn't necessarily.
I don't think
say
Noni.
that.
I don't think Noni identifies as a creative.
Not. I think I enjoy a storyteller.
Journalist.
A journalist, definitely a journalist. But I think more for me, like I do like the structure of work. I think also maybe because I call my parents professionals. So they're very good at being a professional. They're very good at that thing. And they've done very well for themselves. So kudos to them. But like, I think that's how we've been brought up. That's what you do and that's what it is. So even when I was doing journalism, it was a shock for the ecosystem that is my family. You know, my sister's an engineer, my brother's in business, IT, my dad did software engineering, my mom did law. I want to be a journalist. And they're like, so what I got is, so you're going to just be taking photos, paparazzi, like, you know, around.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? I work at the motherfucking BBC. like, you know what I mean? And before that, I was at Daily Nation and stuff. And I remember thinking, I don't have the energy to describe to you what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
You're going to have to just watch and see. And the good thing about my parents, they're very like, cool. Once you say I'm doing something, like my dad, what he told me, he's like, I don't understand. And I don't have like a relative who's done it to be like, help this child.
Benchmark.
You know what I mean? Or like, you know how sometimes you can be like, I'm doing law, come talk. A lot of people like speak to my mom about law. They'll come and like pick her brain. I can't pick her brain. Like, I mean, I can in general, but there's some nuances about, so I wouldn't say, I would say in my family, they see me as the creative. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
but like
for the family.
Like, you know, it also has to play with your environment. Like how you're saying your parents were singing. If my mom started singing, I'd be like, what's going on? Like, Makmende. Which one is this? You know? But my dad, if anyone was to be a creative, I would say it's more my dad. Like, he bought me a guitar when I was like 9.
Yeah.
No, when I was 6. And we started playing in the school I went to at the time in Botswana. Music lessons were.
Got you in school in Botswana.
Yeah, when I left that consulate that Julia's refused to accept. When we moved to Botswana, we lived there for a bit, and school used to finish at 1, but my parents used to finish work at 6. So between 1 and 6, you could either like take the bus home or you could stay and do after school stuff, and it was like free. So they signed me up for everything: recorder lessons, guitar lessons, swimming, like whatever the thing was there, we'd do. So I think that like sparked a lot of that for me. But I wouldn't say it's because my parents were creatives. And I wouldn't say, you know, like, it's not my dad is like, oh, I enjoy music, so you should, like, he enjoys music. His dream is for me to play like one man guitar. He would love that.
Also, you sing so well.
And I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it.
Wait,
I feel like, what?
I haven't heard.
When we used to go to Mercury for, what is that event?
Karaoke.
I feel
Karaoke
Don't
Wednesday.
take the mic
I
from
don't think
us.
I've ever done karaoke night with you.
I think Noni's hidden talent is singing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Appreciate
Thank you for this information.
that is.
I shall use it.
I mean, for what?
Like you have a creative.
No one.
Chuckle.
I have things that I enjoy, and I really thoroughly enjoy music, and the things that I've done with that. So even like when I
You think in lyrics?
yeah, exactly. No, I like that. But again, I think because I've grown up in a way where it's like, you know, what does that translate to?
Right.
Like what is it that you're doing? So I was like, okay, with journalism, I could say I'm studying literature, you know, then they accept literature, you know, they accept, you know, Shakespearean, you're Raisin in the Sun and whoever. Betrayal in the City.
Betrayal in the City.
That kind of resonated better.
Yeah.
And then when I graduated again, like my mom she'd be like, just make sure you're at the top, whatever. But he bought me a camera and he's like, I don't get it, but here is your graduation gift, because all I wanted is that you finish university and now it's you. Now from this point on, it's like you decide what you need to do, but you decide what you do. Like, you made the choice, go ahead and do. And that's the camera that I started my vlog channel and like all this stuff with. And I used to carry this big DSLR camera. Hi guys, and like all this stuff, you know. So I think
you were so early onto the YouTube game.
I was in there. Yeah.
Now we all do YouTube.
Yeah.
Actually, Noni,
Africo No
you're the
Filter.
person I called when before I started over 25.
Yes, yeah, I remember. And I was at Nation in your capital.
Yes, and I
yeah.
called you, and I'm like, babe, so
Yeah.
like how many,
Yeah.
like how
long?
how many views?
Yeah, no, it's just who edits your work.
Yeah.
I was like, me. Who da me? Who da me?
Yeah.
Roman army.
Yeah, it was tough.
Then you told me, you said something like, you were like, don't be focused on the views.
Yeah.
You told me something like, don't be focused on the views. Then you said, if you get 500, 600, 700 views,
Yeah.
be happy about that.
Yeah.
And so I went and told the girls,
Yeah.
so if we get 500 views,
Yeah.
let's just try and get 500.
First video
So
is
over
50,000.
No, over 25 actually didn't start that. It didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't-
Oh yeah.
It was fast,
Yeah.
but initially, first of all, it was the first of many things.
Yeah.
So I think there was a lot of excitement around it. But yes, our first video had like 1,000, like 1 point, and we're like,
Because the benchmark was 500 and you did 1.5.
500 and
Yeah.
500 was like the goal.
Yeah.
And obviously,
even viewers.
so I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we'll get maybe 200, 250 views, and
Yeah.
genuine like that
Yeah.
was good. 200
Yeah, yes.
people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yes. Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1,000 was already like, what the? We made it.
Yeah.
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 We have a successful.
But you see, for me, that.
And so then a
but you see,
podcast
the
was
advice I was
like-
giving you was number based
Yeah.
because that's how my parents think, number based. Like, it wasn't like, just follow your heart and do what you want and then things. I was like, don't focus on numbers, but if you're focusing on number, 500. Like, you know what I mean? I'm very like, okay, so this. Yeah, I'm very data led.
Driven, yeah.
I'm very like data forward. And then I'm like, okay, but then don't pressure yourself with the data,
Yeah.
but like,
Give yourself
you know,
break.
benchmark it because if you mark, you can improve from what's the saying? What's not measured cannot be improved.
Yes.
So if you don't have a point, how do you know you're doing better or worse, kind of a thing? So that's where like I find myself. I find myself literally in the middle of like the creative and the business. Like I'm like somewhere there, like
Yeah.
somewhere right there. Which is why even my job initially at the BBC was
was it data journalism?
it was data journalism. I was the interactive journalist, and my job was really to translate the content and the stories into the graphic designers that we had.
Yeah.
Because like the two worlds were not meeting.
No.
So it's like I spoke both
But
languages.
data,
Yeah. So I knew, like, for example, we had this guy, love him to death, shout out George, but he would just need like, he's like, I'm going to do this in the nighttime. He's like, tell me when it's needed. Don't tell me to do this today. Tell me when it's needed. So I'd be like, okay, this is needed 9 a.m.
Then he
Tuesday.
works backwards.
He would work his own, maybe he'd do in the office, he'd be chilling. And I'm there like, oh. He's on YouTube. He's what? 9 a.m. Tuesday. That thing is in.
I love creating like that.
And then for me, it was for me to now manage the people who would be coming, being like, oh, I'm like, no, he's working on it. Don't worry. They're like, no. He's working on it. Don't worry. Like, and it took me that time to be like, you know, there's differences in how people kind of work, but there's also differences in how things are needed. Like, you know, so that's where, whatever that is, that's where I place myself. So I wouldn't say I've
in the middle.
jumped into being a creative.
Yes.
Funny enough.
Hybrid.
Yeah, I'm hybrid.
Yeah. I think
Hybrid.
maybe I've entered this side because I would very much identify as a creative in my early career.
Yeah.
But I think there's a part of me that, especially starting a business and running a business, the attitude of a creative, I feel it doesn't work too well in the business side of things. In my opinion, maybe other people do it differently. Maybe it's just me who struggled. But I feel like the principles that allow your creativity to thrive and whatever, when you apply those same things in business, it's very conflicting. And so I feel like I've had to channel a very conventional business-minded approach, data-led. Like I don't necessarily lead with too much emotion anymore. Before it was very much like my intuition. What do I feel is the right thing to do? But now I'm leaning more towards this, and it's not easy. Like I don't know if for you struggle straddling both sides, but I'm definitely learning to be more structured. More I don't know, my team can maybe tell me if I do it effectively, but like just being less emotional about things, because I think creatives, we're so emotional that sometimes we don't know how to remove ourselves and just be objective.
I just want to add to if I may, to that. So I spoke about this job I had. That was the first time. So I've been this artistic dude all my life up until this point. And it was the first time I saw this other world, right? The structure, understanding your client, the person who's hiring you, deadlines, you know, writing an email the right way.
Proposals.
Like, so for me, it was like crash course into
The formality.
The formality,
Yeah.
and how to handle people.
Right.
As an artist, it's always about you and your expression.
Your vibe.
And you feel, and I wrote this song and I was inspired by, but then for you to be successful, the people who are coming with money don't think like you.
Don't.
Yeah.
They
And the
think
ones
like
who are hiring, they think
Yeah.
like Modoni.
Yeah.
And so for me, this job,
Hard.
data. Numbers.
Yeah.
Discipline.
so for me, that job was the first time
Yeah.
I realized, oh wait, so my gifts and my talents are not
Yeah.
enough to make money
What
and
about
just be an
feelings?
amazing.
What about how I feel about
Yeah, guys, and I can't just will a song into existence. Like I have to be inspired.
Deadline.
Yeah.
No. So that job was the beginning of me understanding that, and I say this all the time about many things in my life, balance is key.
Oh, yeah.
Finding that balance between, okay, so creative, but then also you have to understand people's time and their money and, their effort.
Things
their
have to
belief
move.
in you. Things have to move. And the world, time is a big deal.
100%.
Time never stands still. So how do I put that side of me that wants to just be like, but you guys don't understand. They won't pay me if I'm late.
They don't even care.
They don't even care. They're like, okay, so you don't want to, okay, so we call the next.
Yeah. This one doesn't even sound.
You don't understand the value of my time and my money.
Yeah.
So it's not personal, but it doesn't feel that way because our work as a creative, it's so personal
Yeah.
that you can't, divorce that feedback
Yes.
from what is so personal and centered to you.
I'd be interested to know if Jules, like, as a creative,
Yeah.
I would say you're creative. What percentage would you count yourself? 100%?
Back to data.
Yeah. Data versus creative. Oh, yeah. Back to my data.
What percentage?
God, how can I ask this question? Okay.
How would you score yourself?
How do you feel, Julia, about your creativity?
Like on a spectrum, on an emotional spectrum.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. How do you feel?
I don't know. When I hear you say, because there's something you said earlier. You said I like structure.
Yeah.
And then Sharon is saying like you and Sharon are both saying how you had to like now get to the left side of your brain. You see, my experience is different. I was in employment for some time. I was the person who is hiring the agencies. I was clients, and then eventually I'm the one who I'm trying to sell airtime, and then marketing. So, and I hated, not hated, now I need to talk about it more objectively.
We're not in alignment.
I was not in alignment. Like I was so out of alignment. But the thing is, I felt like I was good at my job. Meaning if I decide to do something, like I'm very goal oriented. And so I struggle with, so there's that, okay? And then, so I go into this and then I have such a strong conflict inside of me that eventually I'm like, though you were saying your mom was like, she just noticed something is off. Me no one even noticed. Me, I'm just dying,
Yeah.
And then everyone around me is saying,
But
you wanna
do well.
You wanna be those people.
Uh-huh.
You wanna be those people. Or my mom is like, hobbies are for Saturday and Sunday. Whether I just do that. And then my uncle, Masharia Gaito, he's a journalist, yeah. And I remember when one night I decided to quit my job. Finally, one of my jobs, I'd quit another one, and then he came and said, "Hey, so we heard you're taking a sabbatical." I'm like, first of all, this story has figured the uncle.
Imagine.
Like it's only been a week.
Family.
It was my first weekend at home without a job. Then my uncle had come to visit, and then he said,
was an
"We heard you're
intervention.
taking a sabbatical." So you had to do sabbatical in Amanisha Nini. So I went to my room to check in my dictionary. Okay, this there was no.
Like Mago quick Google. No, you have to go.
Pick Oxford.
Oxford,
I
yeah.
had like a small one because
Macmillan.
I love dictionaries, so I got a gift. So I went to check sabbatical, and then now the conversation came back again, and I'm there serving them CG soda. Then he said, "So now you're going to become an artist. You're going to become like Kehos." And I'm like, who is Kehos? So and my dad are like, oh yeah, we remember Kehos. I think he has something in South Bia. Go down. Yeah. Because now I was 20. So they are talking about this figure who is
Elusive. Like somewhere.
Then my uncle Mashari said, no, actually, he lives in Banana. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
you should go and meet him.
Yeah.
So I went to see this Kehos.
You went?
No, so Kehos was in South B, then there was another one in Banana,
Yeah.
another artist.
Yeah.
And I was just like, the role models are not there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
all this to say, like, I jumped with a lot of setbacks. Like, I jumped not because I wanted to, I jumped because I could not. I have to find the words to describe this feeling. Like, it was just so bad. Like, it was so hard to, like, I was trying to explain to my friend who I met from high school, and I was like, I had such a, because I reminded her, do you remember that conversation where you were like, you're going to be like these people? Until like, I said, I'll never do those braids. I'll never, like, I don't want to be an artist because I don't want to be identified as broke. Mind you, I had a job that was paying me. My friends would have loved to have the job I have, you know? So I've always had that duality inside of me. In fact, I have a painting, maybe I'll share it for this clip, in my office, where I had painted a girl standing facing two buildings. One side of the building is painted, one side of the city is blue, one side of the city is orange, so to represent like day and night. And I always felt like there was that pull inside me. It was so painful.
Wow.
And eventually I said, okay, if I really have to struggle as an artist, I'll plant maize and I'll eat that maize. Like, that's how I was thinking in my head.
Like, but you must do this
I
thing.
just have to try and do this thing because the fuck, I've already niko kwa system and I'm so unhappy.
Yeah.
So later, the thing becomes, I mean, so now all these things I learned in marketing, they are the things that have allowed me to have a sustainable lifestyle now.
Yeah.
So those things which you guys are saying are so, the email, the whatever, I was hating them, but they came and served me.
Training.
Absolutely good training, negotiating for contracts. So sometimes even, so me, I'm a bit of both because I love structure. I love order. I like my meetings, even my meetings with my people. It's Monday morning, 10:30. We're doing this. But I'm also a creative. But what ends up happening is that you're not as, sometimes I'm just too in my head about stuff because I'm like, it has to make sense financially.
It's like analysis paralysis.
Because I will not be a starving artist. But I need to say, not all creatives, I need to back creatives because creatives are also can be very good organizers. Creatives are very quick to learn. Not all creatives just want to
disorganized,
smoke weed, and they only get inspiration when they are high or when no, that's not true.
That's like a very side of it.
It is there.
It's there.
Something, from my observation, it's something I observe in early stage creatives. Most people who have sort of matured in the craft and have had to be a bit more professional, because you can't avoid that when you start growing your career. Like, you can't escape needing to deliver
stuff. I wouldn't say that because you have young artists, like people, like, I mean, I know this is the extreme example. I wish I didn't have, like Beyonce, she's been working since she was 15, 16. They had a manager, which their dad, which makes things easier. But I think if you look at the most successful writers, most successful, they have structure. They have
process. Yeah. I don't, where I'm feeling a bit against that is because I feel like I understand creatives and their processes. A lot of the time, it's not usually aligned with how corporate can be so, and not corporate, like the other side, the blue and the orange that you were describing. For me, that interpretation, I took it as like corporate versus, whatever the other side is, creative. Yeah. I feel like for good creative expression, it needs so much fluidity. And I feel like when people are a bit younger, coupled with the fact that you're just a bit young and inexperienced, you believe that those are the levers you pull to find success, expression, But then when you get older, you realize that actually you need to find that balance so that other people can back what you're doing and you can be more like reliable and I don't know.
I feel all exist is what I'm trying to say. I feel like in this space there's so much variety. You have creatives who are super like fluid and they please don't call me at 8:00 on Mondays. That's not my thing. I'm active at night. You have those creatives, and you have creatives who like are in the middle, and you have creatives who have a mix of everything. And you have creatives who are in 9-to-5s.
Oh yeah, true.
And those are the people who what Donnie was talking about. She's the this and the that. A lot of people who are in agency who are account managers. They're the liaison between the creative department and the client. And so they're able to. And you have a lot of shadow artists that way. Agents. I'm the manager. Sharon is managing Kavuse. Sharon is it's almost like
it's there,
but you've not, mom and dad were
They needed a structure. They needed to know where you're going at 9 and where you're leaving at 5. Like,
how you're making money.
Yes,
it's
yeah.
coming in each
Yeah,
way.
yeah. So you have so that whole thing is such a spectrum.
Yeah.
All the way down to somebody
Exactly.
who cannot even draw a stick man.
Yeah.
And then the person who, please, I cannot. I go with the flow.
Yeah.
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 I whatever.
Yeah.
You know. But even the big creatives, people who have podcasts around creativity, they actually encourage that thing of create every day. It might not
Yes.
be 8 o'clock at the 8:15 meeting, but it's like create something every day.
Yeah.
Make sure you do this every day. If you're writing, let's say you're writing a book, you don't wait for inspiration to
Oh,
hit you.
yeah,
What
you
do they
have to
always say?
Yeah.
Just
They say,
write.
do
Just-
30
yeah.
minutes
Yeah.
a day.
At 30,
Whatever
yeah.
you write, have that.
couple of words
Yeah.
a day.
Exactly. You don't wait for the inspiration to come. So I think the whole, what is it called? A stereotype
Yes.
is what I want to challenge. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's, I think Sharon, you're very right by saying this Nini confines of, they are not aligned with creativity of corporate. You can't, sometimes it's just, at the end of the day, 9 out of 10 times it's a square hole round peg situation.
Yeah.
But in that corporate world, you need the freedom of creativity to solve problems.
100%.
And in creative,
Yeah.
you need
The structure of
you need
Oh,
some.
that's discipline.
and discipline.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
everybody is lucky to be extremely talented.
Yeah.
That everyone just wants to come and manage them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you get? I don't know.
I agree completely. The whole everything exists on, this spectrum of 0 to 100.
Are you doing your hands things?
And my data thing. For one.
Spectrum.
For one.
And I've always seen it this way. Like even when you look at some of the super popular like artists from the States, you have people who just know business and know art. And the art for them was the foot in the door. And then that gave them the platform to now, how do I really turn this into absolute wealth and, just setting myself up for comfort and just, the freedom.
Do you mean,
Choose
for example,
what-
like Issa Rae?
So,
Or do you
okay,
mean,
so I was going
like-
to go with,
Mr. Ray,
Great example.
Mr. Ray, if you're watching this, we would love to have you in Kenya.
Yeah.
Just come and sit on this bench.
Yeah.
Love you, Mr. Ray.
Amazing.
so,
Sorry.
It's related, I promise.
Man, girl, I just love her.
She's a-
And if you listen to her, you've listened to her material about how to commercialize her.
no, I haven't.
Oh my God! Like,
Wait, we'll come back. We'll come back.
Suddenly-
Yeah.
never mind.
So I feel like I was going to say like in the middle. So you have someone who, like you said, no artistry whatsoever, and then on this other side, they're super artist and feel, and then they'll go and sit in the forest for 3 days and just
Like this.
just like feel the wind in your hair and do some psychedelic, And then there's the people in the middle
Yeah.
who are, Jay-Z types, the guys who will think
Business. But
business,
Yeah.
50 Cent.
Yeah.
These guys who,
Yeah.
okay, so I've seen an opportunity. I'm amazing as an artist,
Yeah.
but then there's this other side.
Yeah.
That-
Dr.
that-
Dre.
Dre, exactly, those types. And I feel like, again, that balance is so key. And every one of us finds ourselves at a different point on this line, this spectrum. And I think the most important thing is to find the self-awareness to understand where what's
do
my
I
starting
like?
point.
Correct. Yeah.
Where did I start? When I was born, when I became 20, 25, where on this,
Where am I on this?
where am I? And then what do I need to do to position myself better, to grow my brand,
Depending on where you want to go.
depending on where you want to go,
Yeah.
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 and then grow from that idea of this is where I want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is my deficit right now? What's holding me back? What's standing in
Love
my way?
that.
My habits, my
Yeah.
my trauma, whatever is standing in the way. How do I work to get better at this thing,
Right.
to get rid of the thing that's holding me back? Mentally, it's financially, what are my bad habits? I'm spending badly. I don't know how to save or invest. So I need to learn how to manage,
Or you
save,
get
invest.
somebody,
Or you get someone, yeah.
Get somebody. I think the smart thing to do is to
Outsource.
like
yeah.
honestly pray about it. Let somebody come your way, because sometimes I feel like we like I'm like, I need to learn how to edit, then I need to learn how to do this, then I should
Yes.
go and talk to the clients,
Yeah.
because you feel like, okay, I don't have the resources to do that. Honestly, if I do believe in that where there's a will, there's a way kind of thing. And one of the things you can do is try, because that's what I'm learning right now. This is the season I'm in, where I'm like, I'm getting an accountant. I'm getting a wealth manager. I'm investing in a wealth manager. I'm getting a chef because I realize with all these shooting schedules and whatever, I end up eating so much rubbish or not eating well or not eating enough.
But like coming home to start cutting and cooking is like,
or getting home
longer.
Then you're just like, you've only eaten like one fruit this week. Okay, so then I'm doing this. And then if something changes, you pivot. But I wanted to ask you, K1, has there been a point in your life where you said you used to work and then now you said, okay, Sami Nimsani. Well, I don't know if you've committed fully, but at that times you're like, damn, shit, I shouldn't have resigned.
Okay, fair question. And there are times I've never felt like I would go back to that time when I resigned and say, no, I'll stay on. Well, for me, I'll watch, and my mom used to say a lot about this. Never ever look sideways. Don't compare your life to someone else. What has happened over the years because of social media and everything, it's so in our faces. And how many times do we hear someone ask the question, Quinley, what am I doing with my life? You're seeing your peers, people you started with, and now it's just like that over there.
Or it looks like.
It looks,
The
perception has, and it's like, they're buying this, they're land, invest,
they're traveling where.
And so, and I feel like those moments for me are the ones that made me feel like, hey, okay, I don't want to go to employment, but how do I humble myself a little more? There's some certain jobs I thought, do I really want to do that? And then COVID came and just showed me, boss, sit down first. You're not too good for anything. And so I wouldn't say like going back to employment, but consultancy became a thing I was now looking into. Like even when I was directing TV commercials, previously there was the time I was just like, no, but as an artist, I don't want now to be back in that space where a client, a boss, a marketing manager is like,
final say.
No, actually that idea is not nice.
Yeah.
Let's go with this other idea. And I'm just like, so why am I here then? We've from that brilliant concept I came up with, it has been cut down so badly, and now it's just like a generic.
It's like
thing.
It's not even your idea anymore. You're like, but they just go do it.
No, so there was a time I never thought I would accept that kind of work, and then life. So for me, as it was back to, okay, even if I don't want full-time employment, how do I still use what I have and still engage with some of these corporates and more consultancy or like part-time things? It's like, twice a week. Okay, cool. We can do that. Because for me, it was just personally, it was never the option to go, and because I felt like if I give myself back to employment, like proper employment, whether it's 9 to 5 or it's every day of the week, I feel like there's so many things that I'm working on now that I would lose because of the time, the energy that it would take. And honestly, also the past few years since that 2012, things grew and grew consistently for me for a while, and it gave me the confidence to, even when I hit those roadblocks where it's like I've stagnated a bit, where this ceiling, how do I, or I feel like even as a DJ, this part of my career has kind of just flatlined a bit and stagnated. So how? But now the confidence I got from my those, I would say, formative years, growing my brand, is what has helped me still maintain the hope and faith that I can crack through the ceiling once again. Because I've done it at different points in my life.
In your career.
And so I'm like, there was a block for a year or 2 or 3, but I found a way. And I just kept putting myself out there.
There's something you mentioned about like different blocks, not to take us back again, but it's something that we must, because I know it's going to come up at some point. Like, why didn't you ask? We can talk about Makmende for a brief amount of time.
Yeah, sure.
Because that was a part of your life. Yeah.
Big part, yes.
Can you tell us who's Makmende?
Makmende is your favorite Kenyan superhero. Makmende was a character in a music video. Shout out Just a Band. Shout out Hahe. And this was like the first viral video from East Africa. And at the time, the world had not understood that Africa is connected, internet, Wi-Fi, blah blah. And so when
we don't climb trees.
shikaing aerial on top of a tree, lions by your feet.
That's it.
So it was a big deal for the Western world, Europe, because they're like, oh, wait, so you guys are connected?
You're cool.
How is that?
And actually, this is such a cool thing coming out.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and the whole world has taken note.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to do a story on them. So CNN was here doing interviews. There was something with BBC, I think.
Yes,
I believe.
yeah.
Wall Street Journal had an article with my
And
face on it.
guys, this was this was back in the day.
Back in the day.
It was
Oh, okay, yeah.
This was year decade now, right?
I'm even sad saying the number of years it's been 15 years.
Right.
It already?
Yeah.
So when was that?
March 15, 2010
2010.
is when the video went up.
Because for me, I feel like it's something we spoke about off camera. Just not having something that goes viral become who you are.
yeah.
Yes.
Especially when you're a hyphenated professional.
Yes.
You have many things that you do, but it's easy for someone to. Is that that meme of Leonardo? Where do I know this guy from? This is yeah, exactly.
That one.
It's so easy to become that.
To become that,
It's very
and
easy.
it becomes step away from that.
And total of who you are.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I wanted people to maybe understand for this,
Yeah.
but I'm sure most do. But there's some who might not.
Yeah.
For me, it's more like at this point in 2025, what is it that you would want people to understand?
Right.
Yeah.
About the whole, because this is a question I get asked all the time.
Yeah.
At school, we can talk about it.
Yeah. Are you
It's no
okay?
pain, I'm okay. No drama.
Yeah. Because it was everywhere. It was you on the cover with your red tie. Remember?
Yeah, and everything. I think I've seen my face on 4 tattoos now over the years.
Yeah.
The most recent was this year, and shortly after they put this thing on the road, they messed around and they had an accident. It was just,
Yeah.
Anyway, so Makmende blows up. I'm all over the place. All the celebs who I know, I'm just like, they look at me like, oh, it's you. And I'm just like, but
It's you.
it's you. The first time I saw, hi, D'Souza. I remember the first time I saw her and she's like, it's you. And she hugged me. I was just like, let me tell you, if my friends saw me right now getting hugged by If D'Souza.
Yeah.
Yo, it's not homework?
Exactly.
Bruh.
Exactly.
So anyway, this thing throws me into the not stratosphere, into space.
Yeah.
And initially it's like, wow, these are my dreams coming true. My biggest insecurity pretty much was finance. Because when I was born into, the situation I was born into, my dad had just had an accident. So financially, things were messy. And that had been my story from birth. So this is the first time I'm feeling like, all these years of,
Yeah.
things are happening. This is the big break.
Yeah.
And then finance doesn't come with it.
Because views don't translate to money.
Nope.
Yeah.
And then, a couple of choices that were made at the time by the crew just abandoned them. And I think the biggest issue was I was the face. So they could chill, by the way, and just live life.
Yeah.
Now me, on the other hand, I can't change my face.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, I'm being stopped on the road. People are hooting school buses.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It was madness for about 5 years.
Oh my God.
I could not. I started feeling extreme fear leaving the house.
Yeah, like social anxiety.
Because I'm just like, hey, this t-shirt has a kahol.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
I can't go to the supermarket.
Like you're looking at yourself,
much.
like how you present
Yeah,
yourself.
like now I have to. Now I felt like
It always be
all
on.
fears and insecurities were under magnifying glass. Everyone can see everything that I'm afraid of. I'm trying to hide, and so that started to make me feel whoa. And then, so it had impact in many ways. That's when I realized that fame just kind of shows you who people are. So sometimes they say, you guys change. Actually, no.
It's people around
who
you.
change
Wow.
because your status has changed, and therefore they're looking at you differently. Affiliation, they want to use you for clout. They want to invite you to things. Even your own family now, they're like, I was just calling to say hi. Ebu, say hi to my friends.
See, I told you I knew him.
I
told you I knew him.
My cousin. People make up stories about you.
Yeah.
So people will come and say, "Oh, you were with my cousin in class, in high school." I'm like, what's your cousin's name?
Yeah.
Kolo. You remember Kolo? I'm just like, Kolo.
You're running through
The
the years.
in the year ahead.
Yeah.
But in my class,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So we go back and forth. Of course, you remember Kolo. I'm like,
Oh my
ooh.
God.
Like, sure.
Then eventually, I'm just like, wait, which school are we talking? Nyeri High. So you're in Nyeri High. I'm just like, no, I was not.
Like, yeah.
Till your cousin stopped lying.
Like,
It used to
yeah.
happen all the time. So so perception versus my reality was so far apart. It started to break me. And the depression that came was, yeah, I wouldn't say like clinical, but everyone around me just was like, K1 is different. I had no
The light
yearning, that light in, all the thoughts and ideas. Cause I was like, if this big break didn't do
Needs this.
the thing I needed it to do for me and my family, then
What am I doing?
What am I
Like,
doing?
yeah.
So for a while, I was just kind of floating through the ether, just not really doing anything about anything. Work would come at me and I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'll do it. But then I was not proactive. I'd stopped dreaming. My creativity had also just kind of tanked because I was just like, I mean, things happen. Who knows?
Yeah.
And then I recently started seeing this series on YouTube, people who became memes. And I was like, I can relate to so many of their stories.
Yeah.
And one of them is people see you as this one thing.
Yeah.
You don't imagine there's anything, any other
Beyond
value
that,
that you have to offer.
It's like
And
a one-trick pony. Is that the
exactly.
name? Yeah.
One trick pony.
Yeah.
So I go somewhere like, so as Makmende,
Yeah.
so why are we not seeing Makmende?
Right.
So where I'm like, do you know how many other things I'm doing right now?
Yeah. Like, get to know
It's like
me.
being a victim of your own success.
Exactly.
But then the success is not the success that
not the
you
success
picture.
you needed to be.
Yeah.
And so even when I started saying yes, DJ, guys are like, I know you're a DJ at now DJ.
Yeah.
Sasa wewe.
Makmende.
Just stick to what you know. Stick to what you know. And it's like,
But this is what I know.
This is what I know also.
You don't know me, so.
It took a lot of work
Yeah.
to help people understand I'm acting, I'm singing, I'm DJing. I even choreography. I used to be a dance choreographer once upon a time. From after high school, I even taught in Rusinga. K2 and I, shout out K2.
K1 and K2.
Yeah, you know.
Yes, yeah.
Cool.
I have
Oh my God.
I have choreography credits on.
K2, even K2 is
even K2,
such
yeah.
a good, he's a creative.
Yes,
Kabisa,
yes.
both of you.
Yeah.
But him is fully corporate.
You know, yeah. I have choreography credits on Sense8 Netflix.
Oh, word.
Season 2, there's a episode.
Yeah.
I did some dance, dance choreographer. Kevin Mine, I was
I
like.
love that.
So anyway,
Yeah. But
Starting
it's a lot of work to convince people.
it takes so
That's
much
the thing. It's like,
work to tell people. No, and for me,
Yeah.
it's always been a thing of, if I'm interested in the thing and I think I'm good at it, I'll give it a try. And sometimes it's for myself, sometimes as a hobby, and then suddenly, I'm doing more and more of it. So for me, I never thought of I can do more because it'll look weird to people who want to just
who know me as
one
this.
thing.
Yeah.
For me, it was like, if I enjoy it and I like it,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
Have time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's downtime for this one thing gives me time for this
For
other,
the other thing.
So
And let me.
No, so wait, no, so
yeah.
for now people to know is
Yeah.
that to watch your story like Makmende.
yes, so no, you can still say I know you as Makmende, or I love you as Makmende, but understand, and this is a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm not Makmende.
Right. Yeah.
Anyone who's played a big role in their lives, when you see Daniel Craig, you know him as Daniel Craig. You don't think, oh, let me call you James Bond. Same thing. That was a character he portrayed
Yes.
once upon a time for a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
When you see,
And did his thing.
Yeah.
But
and he did his thing, you know.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. is RDJ.
Yeah.
He played Iron Man, and it was massive. Maybe the most iconic he'll ever be.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah.
But you never know. But he's RDJ.
Yeah.
And so,
I didn't know that.
and he does more and more movies after Iron Man.
Yeah.
And he'll still be known as, this is the actor who brought this person to life.
Yeah.
And I would say to anyone who finds themselves in those shoes, where you become a meme, a viral sensation,
Yeah.
understand that it's a role.
Yeah.
In fact, there's this one guy in the UK who it almost destroyed his entire career. Him going, what's his face? The guy who
Man's not hot.
Man's Not Hot.
Michael Dapper.
Michael Dapper. I know someone else has talked about one character they did, and everyone just saw that. And it's
Yeah.
like, guys, I'm doing these other things. The guys are like,
I'm a bit guilty because when I saw Beyonce in fighting temptations. I'm like, oh, we're Beyonce. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I had to really be like, oh, let me listen to how she's acting. Let me listen to, you know.
Yeah.
But even when she was singing, I'm like, that's Beyonce.
Yeah.
Everyone else, Jennifer Hudson and whatever, Dreamgirls.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yes.
you know, but I think it's, you have to make a conscious effort to.
Yeah. And I think
Different role.
and I think to everyone now who watches these people, understand they're human beings.
Yeah.
Who still have stuff that they want to do.
Yeah.
Don't imagine that their life just froze in time. And for the next 10, 15, 20 years, they are not allowed to do anything else.
Yeah.
I would say focus on what I'm doing now. You don't know what the journey has been from that point to now. I've been a human being going through a life like everyone else. And people expect you to smile all the time and be Makmende. I mean, you got bad news this morning and then suddenly someone's like, can I take a picture?
Yeah.
You're
like,
expected to
it's not
smile
really.
always.
Yeah.
Just understand, even famous people are people, or our popular people are people. So for me, I would say, understand K1. Get to know who K1 is and what K1 is up to and where he wants to go. Makmende will always be
iconic
part of my life.
and iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe he's not done. Maybe he'll come back. at
Breaking news.
No. Listen. I don't want people to say after everything, but I don't want people to be like,
I'm done by here.
yeah,
Done.
yeah. It's kind of like work.
Yeah.
If you spend 5 years in one company and then you move jobs, people will come and say, but what happened to...
No, let me tell you, Noni BBC.
Yeah.
I'm not Noni BBC. I'm like, hey guys, see, I've left that company.
Exactly.
But you're Noni BBC. I'm
But
like,
you know, exactly.
No.
Exactly.
It's
So let's make it a habit to understand time and seasons.
Passes,
Yeah.
Change.
Yeah.
People evolve. And
Yeah.
so don't hold someone in one place expecting them to be that.
Be that
Right.
person forever.
Yeah.
So much more to us.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I want us to start rapping.
Oh, word.
Just because.
Yeah, like so drop a beat.
Good.
Yeah, chicky. But it's been such a dope conversation. I think, at least for me, the things that I've taken away, because I've actually been in your position where a piece of work I did became my identity for a long time in a way that I didn't want it to be. And that was the Jen Mugo documentary. For many years after that, I felt like it was the thing that I was always identified with. And it took me a long time to try and like break off from that piece of work. It's not that I wasn't proud of it. To a certain extent, I wasn't proud of the outcome that it brought about, because I think there were so many things that got lost in the sauce, because Jen Mugo is crazy. But I became that girl for Jen Mugo. And you can imagine what that does to a young budding journalist. It's not where you want to be. And so everything I tried to do thereafter was, the Jen Mugo baby is doing this. Da, 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 da. So I get
know
it.
that. Wow.
Yeah. I think I've just resonated when you described that in the context of viral sensations and what that can do to you internally. And
And I would say for people listening, it doesn't necessarily also have to be, viral, like social media and forward facing. Even in your workplace, you do something and then that's what your group of friends,
your identity.
that's what you're known for when you want to do other things. Not everything. We're here right now on a public platform.
Yeah.
But it could be translated to your life.
Different things.
Yeah.
So basically, I've loved that. Like, it's even illuminated a side of my life I had forgotten how isolating and lonely and how it can feel so like you're on a leash. It can feel suffocating.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing. I really hope you guys were inspired by everything he said.
Yeah.
Jules,
Yeah.
final thoughts. What's going through your mind?
Final thoughts is that don't have any final thoughts. Thank you.
I was gonna ask you, Jules,
What's that?
about like
Flux.
creativity in church also, because you were in the same church.
Yes.
I was there, but I was not allowed where you cool kids were.
Active, yeah.
I was not in Bethel. Was it Bethel?
Yeah.
I was not allowed there. Not allowed
Why
there.
did you-
No,
I was like, you're expelled from Bethel.
What were you doing?
You cool kids were there. I used to just go there to collect my sister, but
Yeah.
I just wanted like maybe hear your side of things, especially.
I think you're actually the best person to answer that would be Kevo. But because you were a Christian performer. And then
Yeah.
we don't know if you went to non-Christian, but maybe that can be a closing remark. For me, that is really not my area of.
Okay.
My faith had nothing to do. Yeah. For me, my faith has nothing to do. Well, it has everything to do with me.
Yeah.
But I've never felt a conflict because I don't think there's anything wrong with doing secular this. Like, if you're saved, it doesn't mean you have to do gospel music. I don't think so. But maybe my closing remarks can just be that we extend a lot of grace to creatives. We should extend grace to creatives, especially in this industry that we are in Kenya. There's something that you said about having your peaky blinders, or are they called peaky blinders? Not looking to compare.
Yeah.
I think that's usually very, very, very hard because it's not even that you're looking at your creative friends, you're looking at your peers. So it can be somebody you were in high school with who is in a completely different career. They have a bigger car. They have kids. They have. It's really not that simple. But there's something I listened to this morning. I listened to a lot of this like meditative stuff in the morning, like kind of like mantras. And this lady was saying, you have to really, really trusting that you're not late and you're exactly where you are is something you have to do consciously over and over again.
Yeah.
Because you can't close your eyes to seeing what is around you. It's human to benchmark. It's human to be like, oh, I also want red lipstick and I can, you know what I mean? Like I want that top, I want that car, it's very human. But remembering that your journey there's literally nobody like you. So your journey can only be yours. Like it has to be such a conscious effort. So that would be my thing to you.
Yeah.
I hope that you can also remember that to Sharon, to Nons. Just even when you're there and you're like, damn, just remember it's mine. It's my life. It's my journey. Yeah. And it's a conscious effort to remind yourself that your creator has brought you up to this point. So just, keep going.
Yeah.
Love that.
Very nice. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Yeah. Praise God.
Hallelujah.
God.
Amen.
Praise God. I just want to take this opportunity. Anyway, so I don't know if I'm going to address what you said the whole church into, because that
could be the whole other episode. Yeah.
Plugging myself to that, I'll just say it's taken a lot for me to get to where I am right now in terms of fear and a lot of stuff that held me back.
Do you know how shocked I was to see you in a disco?
Hey.
When I saw K1 in the disco, I said, hey, kumedoka. And then I saw the couple, you were there with Akina. And I'm like, why is people in Mercury? I was shocked. Like, you guys, and I was like, are you lost? Brethren, please.
Girls would see me, those first 5 years of me like clubbing, girls would see me pulling skirts down, throwing cigarettes off balconies. Oh my gosh, it's K1. Tucking boobs back in, like, oh my god, it's K1. I'm like, yo, I'm here. I brought myself here.
Yeah. Police going, are you okay? You're going through something?
Yeah, like it's something.
Alcohol.
Like, oh my gosh. Anyway, story for another day.
Yeah.
It's related, I promise.
It's related. What my parting shot would be to anyone out there who feels like fear, and especially the older you grow, it gets harder to branch out and do something that you've wanted to do, you've been passionate about, you're stuck in this office situation or with parents who won't allow you to think of yourself in artistry and performance and creative world. I would say, understanding now that I lost both my parents over time. I mean, my dad when I was 10 and now my mom just 2 years ago. One of the things I've realized is, first of all, life is so short. And then two, sometimes all these barriers that have been placed on us, society, parents, peers, pressure from, and they become your inner voice as well. And you talk yourself out of many things you should be doing. I would say, no matter how crazy it sounds, if it's something that you feel like burning desire, passion, or just interest, imagine just go ahead and do it. Find time, take time, call someone who knows a bit about it, do your online research. What does it take to do this thing? Google, YouTube, all these things. Because the question I keep asking myself right now is, when I'm 65, God willing, I get to that age, when I'm somewhere up, senior years, maybe sunset years, I'd be like, I never want to say there's something I wish I did. I wish I could have done. I fear that level of regret. Like I fear it because it's just sad. It's painful. And you had the chance to.
And you're here and aware of the thing you want.
There's a lady I remember who, when I was in that job, she would ask, K1, so this artistry, like performance, how is it going? And then she saw me leave my job. I didn't see her for like 5 years. When she saw me again, she was just like, remember the convo we had? I've still not left this big corporate. And I'm like, for real? And she's like, I can see you look amazing. You look good. My dress code has changed. There's a confidence. And it's like, so it worked out. I'm like, yeah, it did.
Wow.
Just jump.
Yeah.
Do it. Like if you feel some type of way,
yeah,
don't hold back because
you're scared.
All the voices that, just jump.
I love
Fight the fear.
Madosh, what's your closing?
I mean, what do I say after this? But I think for me, what I wanted to just talk about is that stereotype because it's more on the people who are watching the creatives, I guess, is that to just find yourself being more self-aware of the stereotype you might have over creatives. And especially because even like the whole thing about like drugs and, taking drugs to be like unleashed, whatever. For me, a lot of corporate people are doing the most drugs. Oh, let's be very. Just because you're dressed in a suit doesn't mean you're not doing the drugs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I find my experience of it is even more people in the 9-to-5s and the formality whatever's are sneaking off to the bathroom or doing whatever or just doing higi haga. Yeah. And it's like, you know what I mean? But you'll be the first to say, oh, this one, because they have dreads, they must be this. Right. Or this one, because she's shaved her head, she must be XYZ ABC. So mine is more, not even to the creatives, mine is more to the non-creatives, where it's like, mind your stereotypes and catch yourself in that and take the time to assess why you think that way and correct it because for what you're judging of someone who maybe is just presenting themselves as they are as a creative, I guarantee you there's 10 people who are dressed up in the formal button tie to the top and whatever you'd be so shocked if they revealed who they truly were. Oh, yeah. If anything, you should be commending the creatives for showing them who they really are, for being who they really are, So, yeah, just watch your stereotypes. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Great point. Mine is also on self-awareness, more for the creatives.
Yeah.
I would say, to your point, it's so important as a creative to be self-aware about where you are on the spectrum you are describing. And if you are on the spectrum, which is, I'm very, very creative, I just need to feel the wind in my hair, to hit that J, whatever it is, that's part of your process. If that's where you are, then find the people around you that can help you or bring in the balance. Because I think balance is the key to everything. So the thing for creatives, just be self-aware, find out where you lie, and find people that help you be balanced. And on that note, guys, tumefika
wow.
Yeah, he podcast.
Wow.
I'd love to know in the comments. Please tell us for whether you're creative or you are on the other side or you're creative adjacent, wherever you are on
your hybrid
spectrum. And let's make the comment section a resource tool. What advice would you also give to people either in corporate, in the creative side? Just share the same way we've all shared our closing remarks, what we've learned, what we would wish, what we would hope for. Go to the comments, just leave it there so that one day in the future, if you ever feel down and you're a creative, go to the comment section of this episode and you find something that encourages you. If you're someone in corporate trying to jump, maybe there'll be a comment in the comment section that encourages you to make the leap. Who knows? Let's make it a resource center. Thank you so much, everyone. Co-host and our guests.
Co-host.
You should.
Co-host.
Co-host. Period.
Guys, I'm ready.
Ready? We'll call you.
I'm ready.
Oh my gosh.
It's been amazing, and as always, this has been It's Related.
I promise.